Regan Slaymaker for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and Arkings.
Regan Slaymaker for who?
Boxing Social,
Whoa,
Mr. Dev Sahni.
what? New start.
I'm climbing, like, I'm going like this. I'm gradually climbing up the boxing ladder. But
No, fair play. Nice to see.
thank you very much. In Riyadh, Dev, we're here.
You've been to Riyadh before that, haven't you?
Yes, February. Yes.
Okay.
It was nice walking through the re-entry sign at the airport. It was lovely. Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Look, it's lovely here. It's lovely here. And who will it be lovely for on Saturday night? Will it be lovely for the young buck Moses Itauma, the young lion, the one who everyone's saying is the next big thing? Or will it be lovely for Dillian Whyte? Can he conjure up that old magic? Can't wait to find out.
And he has magic in his corner as well. And people are literally.
That's such a good thing to say. He does indeed have magic in his corner.
I'll leave that for you for the press conference, Dev. You can take that copyright, Regan Slaymaker. I mean, Dev, we're coming towards like the end of this media day now. How have the two big lads been today between Moses and Dillian Whyte?
Good. I think from what I'm hearing, Dillian has done some interviews where he's maybe a bit spikier than in other interviews. And the ones where he's spiky is because he has seen those reporters make predictions against him, or he has heard, or he is sensing an energy. And fair play to him. But clearly he is hearing the noise, he is seeing the odds, and he is understanding that a lot of people think that he's going to get beat on Saturday. And I think that's lit a fire in him. Moses, he just seems like Moses Itauma. I asked him if he was nervous. He said he hasn't been nervous for a fight since he was 14 years old. Backs himself and fancies the job. I think he's relishing being the main event. I think he's actually taking a moment to appreciate as well. When he got picked up last night, his face was on the car, and that was cool. That is cool. And he took a moment to think, this is cool. I'm just the son of two immigrants who lives in Chatham and came up the hard way, and look at me now. I think it's a beautiful fight. I can't wait.
I want to touch on that in a minute because it's such a brilliant part of both Carol's story as well, but Moses' story as well. Do you think this fight between Moses and Dillian is it the definition? These adages get thrown around in boxing all the time, but it is very much youth versus experience in this fight. I think is that how you're seeing this fight, or is there a bit more to it than that, Dev?
It looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like youth versus experience. It looks like potential passing of the torch, right? From one generation to the next. And more often than not, the young guy coming through, he takes that torch. Sometimes he snatches the torch. But sometimes, just sometimes, the old lion says no. Not tonight. Not on my watch. One day maybe, but not tonight, kid. And that for me is the intrigue heading into it. Yes, it's youth versus experience. It's is it a calculated gamble or is it a gross miscalculation? It's all of those things. And what I would say is I think people are looking at Dillian Whyte's last fight against Tete and thinking he's not the fighter that he was. What I would say is that he needed those rounds because in his fight prior to that, Christian Hammer, he didn't really get any. The Jermaine Franklin fight was quite a while ago now. And before that, it was Tyson Fury. So he needed those rounds against, and Uncle came to swing. Tete came for a fight, and I think that was actually quite good for Dillian Whyte to get those in and look at the shape of him. So I think we've got a proper fight.
Definitely as well. With Moses as well, I've spoke to Carol before. I think he was supposed to fight on a show in December that I was doing the media for, and we done a podcast, and I kind of said to him, how important is that kind of family dynamic between the two, but also between both Moses and Carol, but also his parents as well, kind of, like you said, two immigrants coming over to the UK. I think Carol and Moses, they're very much, it's part of our lives kind of end of story type thing, but it's a massive thing, isn't it? Like, it must be a big motivating factor for them, and also it's brilliant for representation as well, like for everyone as well.
100%. He's representing so many, Moses. I saw that he went back to his old school the other day as well. Him and Carol went back and motivating the kids, getting photos with the kids, and they knew who he was. That he liked that. He liked that feeling, but he is becoming a bit of a role model. Like, just like I'm from the same area from him as him, from Chatham, so I know the road that he grew up on, and that's not a nice road. So to come out of that, it would have taken a lot. So yeah, I rate the come up, I rate the journey, I rate that he is becoming a role model. And Dillian Whyte's had one heck of a story as well. I mean, you don't need me to retell it, but just look up some of the stuff that he's been through, how young he became a father, and some of the hardships and adversity. He said that when he was in Jamaica, like when he looks back at it, there's people here who treat their pets better than he was treated in Jamaica as a young child coming up. So I think sometimes adversity really shapes people, and we've got a couple of guys here really shaped by their past.
We definitely do as well. I want to move on to the featherweight edition of the card. Nick Ball versus Sam Goodman. It's crazy.
I'm glad he's gone, by the way. He was sat over there saying, Nick Ball's going to run through.
Yeah. I strategically saved it. But Nick Ball, I mean, I don't think Nick can quite believe it himself when I sat with him. The only male world champion we've got in the UK. I mean,
what happened?
What happened? But I mean, I think Nick Ball's, he's wearing that badge with pride at the moment.
Yeah.
I think he loves that.
He says it's good.
He loves it. I think he could stay like that forever if it was up to him.
To be fair, yeah. No, he probably wants world titles. Also, Brad Strand, Andrew Kane, Peter McGrath, all
Apologies,
of those guys.
Everton Red Triangle. Don't come for me.
But it's he's got a new responsibility. I actually asked him about that. Are you feeling this extra weight of responsibility now? You're the only one. He said, no, not really. Not really. And he's not overthinking it. He doesn't need to put additional pressure on himself to represent the UK and be flying the flag. I think if he were to lose his title, I remember reading something about how the UK would be without a world champion, a recognised one, for the first time in like 37 years. Something crazy like that. So that would be a disaster. That wouldn't be great. And Nick Ball will be the favourite against Sam Goodman. And I'm looking forward to the fight. Sam Goodman will bring something different. He's unbeaten. He's ambitious. But I wonder how he's going to take to the week. Nick Ball came out here 4 days earlier than what he has done in previous Riyadh fight weeks because he knows. He needs to acclimatise. He's got used to it. This is his third Riyadh fight week. Sam Goodman's just, I don't know when he got here, but I can't imagine the Australia to Riyadh journey is the most seamless. But he's here now, and it'll all be new for him. It'll be, right, I've got to do media Monday. Okay, cool. Now I've got to do the grand arrivals Tuesday. Right, what are we doing Wednesday? Workout Wednesday. Thursday, can I do anything? No, Thursday you got the presser. Friday weigh-in. You got to do the one in the morning and then go to the one in the evening. Right, okay. Saturday fight. Okay, so it might just all go really quickly, and he might be a dazzled mess of a man by the time the first bell rings. You don't know, or he might just take to it like duck to water.
I mean, it's a great fight as well, and kind of Nick. I mean, if he wins this, it's got to be a unification next to him, in my opinion. But then moving on to, I mean, David Adelaide, Filip Hrgović, the fight that kind of took everyone a bit by surprise when it was first announced. I mean, how are you seeing this? I mean, David Adelaide, I interviewed him the other day. One, is he motivated? But two, I forget how big he is every time I see him. He's like wider than I am tall. Yeah. It was unbelievable. But a great fight between two really, really good heavyweights. Yeah,
and you're right. It does appear to have come out of nowhere. I think it points to the brilliant heavyweight division that we've got at the moment, where there's actually so many names and there's so many good fights and there's so many permutations of fights that sometimes we haven't even thought of it. What about Adelaide Hrgović? Adelaide's coming off a good couple of knockouts, knocked out Sol Dakers, knocked out Jamie TKV, 28 years old. Let's go. It's time to step up. I love that he's doing it. I wouldn't have been surprised if there was like a fight in between that, but what a brilliant way to just say, all right. He's a very self-assured guy. He's very confident. He hits very hard. He's very athletic, and there's an aura about him. And if he beats Filip Hrgović, that catapults him into the top 6-7 heavyweights in the world. It's an incredible win. Hrgović will be the favourite in the fight because he's competed at a higher level. But I do wonder, what is Hrgovic's best sort of win? He won over Zhang. There was a bit of controversy around that, bit of a debate. Is it Dempsey McKean? Like, I'm asking, let's make this a conversation. What's his... If Zhang's his best win, what's his second best win?
I think through... credibility, Joe Joyce, but then he was catching.
Of course, Joe Joyce. Joe's coming off the Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, cool. He done me there. Yeah.
Sorry, Dev.
We only worked on it a few months ago, the Joe Joyce win that's his best win. That is it. Joe Joyce had previously lost to Derek Chisora by that point as well. You can't say it's prime Joe Joyce, but it was a good win against a heavyweight who wouldn't leave him alone. So, interesting fight. I love that Adelaide's taking it. I love that he's stepping up. I love that he wants to swing. So let's swing.
Definitely. I feel like I think the winner, even if David wins, I think he unlocks either the winner of Itauma Whyte. He unlocks, I don't know, a Daniel Dubois comeback fight maybe.
I think he'd be very well placed, and he's a heavyweight that people can get excited about as well. It's not just a case of doing your job and fighting. I think that you need a bit more. Just my opinion. I think I like it anyway, where fighters have a little bit of riz, a little bit of something about them. You know what I mean? And Adelaide has all of that. He can be a charming gentleman in one scenario. He can be like a bad boy in another scenario. He's got a little bit of everything, and he's very watchable. And if he makes a big statement against Filip Hrgović, he can become a real star Saturday.
He definitely can, and I completely agree, but I cannot get over Dev Sahni saying the words Riz in my interview. It's unbelievable, Dev.
I'm just shook that I got Hrgovic's best win wrong. So
it's all right. I'll let you off, Dev. I'll let you off, Dev. Yeah. Remember, Dev is doing me a favour doing this interview, so don't give Dev too much stick in the comics as well.
Dev,
one thing I do want to ask you about: were you? We've got this whole conversation about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua at the time, and kind of I called it like a Jake Paularisation of boxing that we're in at the moment. But then we also see him.
Did you call it Jake Paularisation?
Do you like that?
Did you come up with that?
Yeah, I said it to Andy Clark on an interview, and I feel like I'm going to run with it.
Well done.
Cheers, Dev. But also we see him face off with Alexander Usyk after What do you make of that? I mean, I don't particularly like either of those fights, but is that the stage where we're at in boxing? Where Jake Paul is world ranked and is having face-offs with the undisputed heavyweight world champion? It's a bit of a crazy time that we're in at the moment.
That's where we are. We are. Listen, he is most certainly bringing new eyeballs and attention to the sport, and it's just fun, isn't it? And it's money ultimately at the end of the day. If he were to fight Anthony Joshua, it would be such a viewed fight. It's one of the biggest fights that you can make in boxing. Same as if he fights Alexander Usyk. And the reason is because people think that he would get knocked out quite badly in those fights. But there's just the case of that. I don't know, what is the reason? People are just excited about seeing Jake Paul. I like Jake Paul. I get on fairly well with Jake Paul whenever I've met him. He's just got it, and he's made himself very watchable, and he seems to be fearlessly calling out Anthony Joshua, thinking that he can beat him.
He's not just doing that though. He's like saying that when I knock out Anthony Joshua, like that. Look, they're the quotes that he's saying. Yeah,
speak it into existence. He's probably been speaking so many things into existence in his life that were unfathomable to most, and you'll find that a lot of successful people are able to drown out all the people saying, you can't do that, what do you mean, you're mad, you're mental, what, you can't do that, you're crazy. And then he just kind of does it, and he keeps doing it. He's done a great thing with MVP and women's boxing, fought Mike Tyson in a huge Netflix event. Who would have, if Jake Paul said a few years ago, you're going to fight Mike Tyson, like he was going to fight Mike Tyson in a huge viewed Netflix event, people would have said, of course not.
Yeah.
What are you going on about? If he said that he was going to be at the forefront of this new resurgence of women's boxing, people would have said, "What? Why would you be doing that?" He's just doing it. He's getting on with it. And if he's saying, "When I'm going to knock out AJ," more power to him. Fair play.
Definitely as well. Final one from me, Dev, because I know we're all working here as well. But I mean, the other day you were on stream with Adam Azim and Hamza Shiraz down in Southampton, and it was South Asian Heritage Month as well.
Yes,
it was. I mean,
correct.
How is that moment? I mean, because you plugged it on stream.
I know.
Like, it was such a cool moment, and Hamza and Adam, I've spoke to them both.
Yeah.
And I spoke to yourself. I mean, three great role models, if myself, but both. No. But like the things you do on the press conference, I feel like I say this every time after you do a press conference, Dev. But like, that's such a great moment. Three of the representing your culture there. It's great. Isn't
Three
it?
of the hardest men in the UK. That's what you're thinking, isn't it?
I'm not going to get you to rank the three of you.
No, that was lovely. It was only I realised sort of towards the end of talking to them, I was like, look at all this brown. That's what I was just kind of like, oh, wow, this is quite cool, isn't it? I often, I'll be honest, I don't really, I know it sounds cheesy, I don't really see colour, right? I don't, like when I see, but I don't consider, oh, this is a white male.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't see that at all. It's when it gets put to me, then it's like, oh, okay, I guess that is kind of cool. Like I won this Asian award thing the other day, and I was like, that is kind of cool. I am Asian, aren't I? And I guess I'm like understanding it more, like that it is important to the community to have representation and be a bit of a figure, and people do like it. And yeah, that was a nice moment. I didn't know it was South Asian Heritage Month until I started hearing about it. I was like, oh, this is nice to have a bit of recognition and stuff. And yeah, long may it continue. When I went to that Asian Awards thing, they said like ultimately we shouldn't have to do this. It should just be you should just get recognised like that. And I'm like, no, we should do it because then I'll get awards. Like, let's keep doing it. Do more of these, please, every week, because there's not many of camera-facing South Asian people out there. There's in boxing. There's plenty behind the scenes, but yeah, I guess I'm pretty proud to be doing it.
So you should be, mate. Like I said, every press conference I make sure to. Oh, that was a tough one, Dev. Well done. Like, get you going, but yeah, so you should be, mate. And I feel like be proud of kind of everything that you're doing. It's
appreciate
really,
it. Thank you. You too. You should be proud.
Thank you very much, Dev.
Not just boxing no more.
Not just boxing no more.
Shout out Ashley, by the way. He's doing a great job at not just boxing, but it's good to see you rising too.
Thank you very much, Dev. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers.